but they couldn't hook up.
Complete.
Quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. He'll ride his man on the option. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
4th down coming up.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on.
Incomplete.
And they'll get it back.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know the defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Power football with the run. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it.
Incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback checking the play. Dropping back, it's Hendricks. Fires to the tight end. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanke, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He's going to pass. It's complete. He is delivering the blow while running the ball.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up second and short.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some... defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious...
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. It's a draw. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Turns it on at midfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
A shot toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. From the gun, the ground game. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Hendricks. And the throw out to the sideline, good for Justin.
By the back.
And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The completion well past the sticks. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. They'll try the run. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
It's complete to the left. Touchdown Seminoles! And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Safe completion on the screen. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it, open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds his man and they convert. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
He'll just keep slinging it. Got his man in the middle. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And they couldn't hold off the Heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he'll make the catch at the 15. Touchdown, Herd! Broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's Hendricks. He's moving out of the pocket. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass. Now it's 4th down. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Let's see what he can do with it. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. He makes the connection. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Marshall quick to the line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
He's got his man.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline and you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Looking to throw for it. Throws for the tight end. Fires the pass, intercepted. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking downfield, it's Hendricks. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
The offensive line coach will be pulling his hair out. His head coach is okay right now because they're winning the game, but from an O-line standpoint, they've been atrocious in pass pro.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 45. Got a lot of running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Noles! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to.
And the quarterback is snowed under. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Unloads it left. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Florida State. And the route is on. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
You're going to have Noel Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
He'll bring it out. It's Witherspoon. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Well, the defense just needs to do a better job on that critical situation. That was a golden opportunity to get off the field, but quarterback and receiver, they were just better on that one. Nice throw. Nice job by the receiver getting his feet in bounds.
He finds his man, and he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better? I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes